The triple header has finally ended, with the last race being in Spain, which also means that this is the last time that we see the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya track, before its replacement of Madrid, or as I like to call it, Midrid. Which means we enter the phase that every F1 fan truly hates, the no F1 this week phase. But after waiting a week, it's over, as this weekend, we're heading to one of F1's most iconic tracks. Hi, my name is Zina, and I like yapping about F1, and this is the 2025 Canadian Grand Prix preview. This semi-straight circuit is a true classic. Fast straights, tight chicanes, and walls that absolutely do not forgive. That final chicane has caught out some of the biggest names in F1 history, including me in F1 2019. Oh, and it also spawned the famous "Through Goes Hamilton" meme in F1 2015.
Off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton, unbelievable!
The track layout is all about low downforce, high speed, and managing traction out of those slow corners. But there's not that many slow corners, so it doesn't matter so much. The current track record is held by Valtteri Bottas back in 2019 with a 1:13.078. I haven't heard about any teams bringing any new major upgrades to this race, so all it might mean is that we just see track-specific modifications, such as running a low drag setup to maximize speed on the straights. Now that we have covered the intro, it's time for the weekend drama. After Yuki Tsunoda failed to score in Spain for the second race in a row, pressure is building at Red Bull to turn things around. I personally hope that he can make a comeback, because we all know how Red Bull bosses act when you don't win the world title in your rookie season.
Now you die.
I'm also really hoping that Ferrari finally gets Hamilton's car in shape for this one, because Spain was rough. The pace just wasn't there, or at least for Hamilton it wasn't there, but Leclerc was able to pick up pieces and get a podium finish. And to top it all off, Nico Hülkenberg pulled the most insane overtake in the tractor that is Kick Sauber, making us all collectively question what dimension we've entered. Max Verstappen is probably crying in the Red Bull garage after being given that 10-second penalty, which demoted him to P10 in the last race, meaning he only gets 1 point. And not just that, but he has 11 penalty points, and if he gets 12, it's a full race ban. Me personally, I hope that he gets that race ban so Ferrari has less competition, but knowing Ferrari, we're probably going to get knocked out of Q2 and finish P7 and P5 like we've been doing for the whole season now. Talk about consistency. I did hear that Felipe Drugovich was set to replace Lance Stroll if Lance Stroll wasn't able to make it for the Canadian Grand Prix, but now it seems like Lance will be able to compete at his home Grand Prix, meaning Felipe is no longer in the question. I swear, Aston Martin having a driver academy is more useless than having handles and push doors, because Fernando Alonso is probably going to be racing until the year 2085, and Lance Stroll is just hogging that second seat, as we all know. Alright, it's time for my delusional race prediction. So first of all, we have Lewis Hamilton winning the Canadian Grand Prix in P1 and Charles Leclerc in P2, making this a Ferrari 1-2 finish. Then we have Oscar Piastri in P3 and George Russell P4 and Kimi Antonelli in P5. Now it's time for my actual race prediction. This is mostly opinionated and based off how I have been observing each driver's performance through the season. So it goes as follows: Oscar Piastri in P1, Lando Norris in P2, Max Verstappen in P3, and Charles Leclerc P4 and Russell in P5. Okay, so for my fantasy F1 team, first of all we have Oscar Piastri getting the double DRS because I know he's going to bring it home. And then we have Nico Hülkenberg, Pierre Gasly, Isaac Hadjar, and Oliver Bearman to top it all off. For my constructors, I have McLaren and Racing Bulls. Canada is a track that always delivers, whether it's about racing action or racing controversy, such as the one we had in 2019 with Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, where Sebastian went off the track and got a 5-second penalty, meaning although he was leading the race for the whole time, he lost to Lewis Hamilton. Me personally, I have mixed feelings about that race because although I am a Lewis Hamilton lover, I still very much like Sebastian Vettel. But the point is that we are in for some action for this race. Let me know your race predictions in the comments, whether they are delusional or realistic. And hey, if you enjoyed the preview, please hit the like button and subscribe.